Anime, what's good, man? How you doing today? So, this is what I'm gonna run. What I'm gonna go ahead and run is going to be still the single back wing stack in Saints, and I'm just gonna run 4-3 even 6-1 on defense. I think that's my best way about going about this. I think just kind of go man coverage with it, mix in a Mabel on defense. The thing with the AP, what it did is it really limited your ability to bounce back and forth between main and zone. Kind of have to pick and choose what you want to run now, defensively. So offensively, this is gonna be what I'm gonna rock with. We're gonna try to get a game in, but I mean, I'm gonna keep Quadfather persistent. My whole O line has secure protector. Gronk will have Vanguard, short and elite. Both my receivers will have route tech, which is basically short and elite. And then Vernon's got short end. He's my other tight end. Stabler's going to have hot route, set feet, gunslinger. I did drop Fearless, which that could come back to bite me. But we'll see. I mean, if I really need Fearless, I'll take Vanguard off Gronk. Defensively, we got just man KOs, man coverage everywhere. So you'll see deep route pick artist, deep route pick artist, deep mid pick artist, and then where's my other corner? Deep route and pick artist. So that's the four corners. Linebackers will be where are we at? Linebackers. Find them eventually. Pick artist, lurker, and lurker. Those will be the three linebackers. Which for the most part, two of these guys are going to be blitzing every play or in a hard flat, so I'm not really worried about them. I'll probably lurk on Quay, and then D-line, we're going to rock with the Unstoppable Force. We're going to rock the other Unstoppable Force. And then my defensive tackles will be... Let's see. I've got one secure tackler. Here he is right here. And the other one is inside stuff, the John Madden card. So we'll see how this goes. We're going to give it a shot. So I don't think it's going to change much, honestly. I mean, if anything, it changes defense a hell of a lot more than it changes offense. But in all reality, it shouldn't change much in terms of the gameplay. I mean, you're going to play kind of how you play. You lose out on the ability to, like I said, defensively you lose out on the ability to switch. So like I can't have deep zone KO plus deep out or deep route KO, right? So I got to choose man or zone, which is good in a way, but with how little it affects the offense, it really makes it kind of pointless. I mean, it really does. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now keep. I mean, I'm playing. I'm assuming I'm playing 6 AP against 12 here, but like I said, I don't really think it'll change all that much. So we got Maniac, we got Gravedigger. You used to play Mutt? Mutt's fine. It's 4th and 33, bro. What are you doing? Damn, there's no click on, huh? That run's not good. So got Gronk there. We'll put Vernon there. That's fine. Like, it's just, shit changes nothing. That was bad. Bro, you gotta commit to that. You can't just sit there and act like you're going over there. You gotta play at the line of scrimmage. Just play Regs. Regs is in a rough state too this year. Mutt's too expensive. Regs is terrible. CFMs are the best way to play this game, honestly. But you gotta have a group of people to play it. I think you'll see more competitive players going to the CFM world next year. I really do. Just because how bad the game is. Like, Mutt's terrible. Nobody updates it. They updated this one, but it's freaking 6 months too late. 3 months too late. Oh, come on. Woodson, knock that shit out. Regs, yeah, Regs is terrible. You think the AP changed Save Madden? I don't think it changed anything. I think it makes defense a little harder. Like, people weren't getting stopped offensively. And it makes defense harder. So, like, I don't know. That was bad. 4th and 12. Oh, okay. All it's gonna do, Suave, is it's gonna make it to where EA releases 0 AP inside shades, and then next thing you know, you got to buy these cards to be able to run it. They're essentially just resetting the game, so they're making it to where you got to buy packs. I mean, it's smart from a business standpoint, but at the same time, like, there's nobody playing this shit. So how much are they really doing? That's my opinion on it. You think it's crazy? I think EA just thinks we're idiots. Like, that was dumb. I thought I'd be able to throw it on break. I couldn't. See, I lost Secure Protector on my tight end right there, so that's a different change. See how I just got Insta Shed. What should I be running on my center and guards? Secure Protector. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm playing with 6 AP and dude still got quitting. So I'll show you what I'm running, and obviously you can kind of change this to your actual scheme, right? But they're focused on it enough to be changing shit for no reason. Right? I mean, they didn't need to change this. Madden added another skill gap? No, they didn't. They didn't change anything. It. I really like. I just don't see what they did. They changed defense a little bit. So I mean, look, 6 AP, right? I have everything that I did have besides Fearless and 2 AKAs on offense, right? So Secure Protector on every offensive lineman I have. Route Tech on both my receivers, so I'm gonna cook man coverage. My tight ends have short and elite. Like, what am I really missing here? Running secure on tackles and nasty on guards. So the only downside to running nasty on guards is if they run inside stuff on defense, they'll instantly win. Whereas if you have inside stuff, they'll never instantly win against secure protector. So just kind of silly, honestly. Yeah, I've got enough to where I can still spend 3 on my running back and I can still have Vanguard on my tight end for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, it hurts theme teams more than it does anything. But like, I mean, I'm on a Packers theme team, right? Like 52 out of 50 Packers, and I still have all this extra AP. Where it really changes it though is defensively, right? Because in the past I could run 4 DBs with deep route, deep zone, you know, pick artist. Like, I mean, you could have so much, but I mean, now I'm running man with deep, man with deep route KOs, right? Everybody's got pick artist. My linebackers still have lurker pick artist. I'm still rocking 2 of the AKAs. I mean, I've got a secure tackler, a defensive tackle, and an inside stuff. Like, there's, at this point in the year, there's simply too many zero AP abilities for us, right? I mean, it's just crazy if you think about it. But like I said, like, this is a change that they needed to make 3 months ago. 3 months ago, if they made this change, the competitive landscape would have changed a lot, and people would be nonstop interested in buying cards. But I mean, outside of the AKAs, right? So outside of these players, everybody else is interchangeable. Dion's the only one that gets 2 ability points. So I can have deep route, pick artist, and mid zone or mid route KO. But everything else is interchangeable. Like, Palomile is every theme team. Woodson is no different than anybody else. I just have him there for a theme team purpose. This Keith Taylor card, no different than anything else. I just got him for free and he's 6'3". With my defense, I'm not using AP on my nickel corners. I'm not running them, so they just have pick artists. So even if I do go up to dollar, right, they're going to be blitzing 99% of the time anyway. So there's no point in that. Older pros pop up? Not this year. Hell, they barely have their normal pros playing right now. Like, let's see. On my friends list, so K-Mac is on, Zan's on. That's it. 2 players on my friends list. Everybody else is either offline or playing a different game. They're already playing this shit. I'm saying MCS next year. They're gonna do the same thing next year. I mean, next year it's all back to the same stuff. Like, older Madden players, I feel like I'm kind of included in that at this point. But like, we play the game early when there's money involved. But then after that, it becomes, how can you have fun? And like, now there's no tournaments of any real money, right? So there's no tournaments. So there's no point in playing this shit unless you're playing for content. And then you can't even have the fun element in it, right? There's no fun element at this point. Like, beforehand, I had the AKs going crazy. Like, I basically, anybody that ran man-to-man on me, you just couldn't run because I had the yak 'em up stuff, right? So that was fun for me. Not fun for my opponent, but it was fun for me. Six APA, definitely a C problem. So you got to look at how, like, Problem was really good, not because of his schemes, but because of his user, defensively, in particular. Like, Problem was always the type to where he could run the ball really effectively. Well, run game kind of sucked this year until AKs came out. And then you play good defense, and good defense revolved around blitzing normally and having a good user to take away multiple routes. And you can't do that. like this year's game, like if you would tell me at the beginning of the year that said the user's going to be terrible, the run game's going to be weak, like Problem wouldn't be in the top 15 players, 20 players. It's just that's not his strength. You'd be looking at guys like Ghosts and um, Ken and all the TNC boys or whatever. They're all like Fancy and Decroft, J Wall. Like you'd be looking at those guys, the guys that are like good passers. And like if you really look at the flow of the way this game worked out, it was the people that could pass the ball that are normally good at passing, right? I don't even think it's too many things to get open because of abilities, honestly. Um, I mean, things just get open because the game sucks. I mean, man coverage is the meta. All zones are terrible. That's why everybody runs man. It's not because they want to. Most people hate man coverage because it's inconsistent. I'm going to set this same adjustment up. It's going to work this play, but it's not going to work the next play. Watch an MCS game. Stuff I played in 90% of those. Well, like if you really want to dive into the details of that, Seth, it's the ever since they switched over to this Unreal Engine, as soon as it went next gen and the movement got restricted, the zone sucked. So it's for the same reason that the user isn't any good. A bad user, because you can't guard multiple routes, it's only effective because of the fact that the players just don't move in general. So you're telling me you put a zone out there, and you want him to be able to bait between different things, and he can't. It's a computer. It's a worse version of the user. You just can't do it. And even with zone drops, like you combine the fact there's no movement, then all the quarterbacks get set feet lead, pass lead elite, gunslinger, so the ball's getting out faster, and it's being thrown quicker. The zones can't react to anything. So zone is useless. Outside thirds were better last year. They were, but they were very easy to bomb. EA hates people, like, hates the ability to bomb deep zones. Which, for good reason, right? Like, but the reason that they were good a few years ago, and even last year, the reason that they are good is because they kind of played specific routes, whereas now they don't play anything. They don't play anything, but they also don't get back deep enough to do anything. Current gen would be good if the run wasn't so damn stupid. Well, the run, that goes back to it all goes back to the user, Seth. I mean, the run being good on current gen was because of the user. You could have full control of your player. You could bounce in a gap. You could bounce outside of a gap. You know. Now you could do stupid stuff too that you shouldn't be able to do, like take a run that's meant to go right completely left. So like there's that point. But it all goes down to the new movement. But and the thing is, they can't fix it. On the current engine that they have, they cannot fix it. So everybody's talking about like, oh, next year maybe zones will be good. No, they won't. Zones will be terrible as long as set feet lead, pass lead is in the game. So once again, next year's gonna be a man meta. It's just the way that it is. Well, that's a whole different animal if they're falling forward every play. It's funny that like current gen nobody falls forward at all. Like if you don't have the AK abilities, your running back is useless. Like as soon as he's contacted, he's falling down. But I don't know why. I mean, outside of, at that point it's considered old gen, right? So I don't know why people are still playing on old gen. I mean, unless you just simply can't afford a new system. It'll be interesting to see because the games are so different. I'll be surprised if they even make the game for old gen next year for 24. They probably will, but it's gonna be the same garbage that's been in the game for 3 years now. Because they've admitted that they haven't updated it. They're just throwing a roster up there and calling it a day. Don't like next gen? I don't know, I'd rather play something that's a little bit different. It's a free $60 plus they're not doing anything. They're legit taking last year's game. It's been the same way for 2 years now. They'll take last year's game, they'll throw a roster update on it, and call it a day. That's why the same field goal block glitch is there, the same punt return glitch is there. Like all the glitches that have been in the game for a couple years now are there, and they're not taking them out. They're not updating it. Just it's very interesting. But I wanted to hop on, and I just wanted to kind of go through a gameplay, see how it worked with 6 AP, even against the 12 AP, and it was basically what I thought it would be. You've been in Dime Normal lately? Well, they're running Palms. Palms is just match coverage, or it's just essentially man to man. I tried that in one of the MCS games. The third tournament, I tried running Palms, and it bagged some people, and then other people just dotted the shit out of it. It's going to be used on safeties, yeah, Grizz. Because even when I'm going to run cover two, it'll be that. Quarters is the same, like, it's no different than 3-3 Cub. Literally no different. It's the same coverage show. They're taking out the good unique routes that will expose their bad gameplay. They can't, though, because it's been the same shit every year, 901. Like, it's the same like, look how many years we've been dealing with trying to defend corner routes. And then, like, the only way to defend the corner routes is to do your drop zones. And then if you do your drop zones, then you can't guard anything to the flats or anything over the middle of the field. You kind of got to pick and choose. That bag more like... I ran it and I didn't have success. At a competitive level, Seth, I didn't have any success with it at all. I know Lambo won a tournament running that maybe a month ago. I think it was Friday Night Football that he won. But the issue with it is that if you run an offense that just has routes that beat man coverage by default, and if you don't rely on the route running ability, this is where I'm going with that. Like if you don't require short and elite to do it, and your route just naturally beats man coverage, it's going to naturally cook palms. And quarters isn't. Like everything that beats quarters is going to beat quarters, whether it's dime, 3-3 Cub, 3-4, big nickel over G. It's all the same. Just change the use the players. Yeah, well, pick artist. So, Grizz, this is what I'm running. So, my corners just have deep route, KO, and pick artist right now. I'm using 2 of the unstoppable forces. So, like, that's fine. But, I mean, like, I'm going to blitz out of this more times than not, so I don't even really need the unstoppable forces, but it's good if I want to mix it up and just run coverage, right? If I want to run Mabel. So, just give you an example. Let me go to this. So even though I got man abilities, really you'd only run Mabel to take away the corner routes. So just go ahead. go ahead and kind of show what I'm talking about. So obviously I'm blitzing out of this now, but if you would, well, if you just wanted to run Mabel, you would just call the Tampa 2 and put your things on 30 and 5. So I screwed it up again. Could stop roll out deep corner. People say that, but that's not really accurate. Like, he threw a lot of corner routes, but his main play, people that aren't really familiar with it, he's always attacked the middle of the field well. So Pat's post was his main one, right? So like, if people were to try to, I still didn't set the shit up, but you would just run this right here. It would look just like this. This is going to force the user, so like, you know, drop him back, send 3, your user's right here. It's that simple. Like, that's going to bag 90% of people that just try to throw corner routes. So, I mean, you got match on. You wouldn't have match on if you ran Mabel. So, you would set it up like this. It's base align. You wouldn't run match on. You would put 30 flats, 5 curl flats, and then 15-yard hooks. And when you do that, so it would look like this right here. And then you're just responsible for anything deep, up the seams. Alright, so you just guard the deep middle, and that's, you know, if they throw it underneath, fine. If they don't, good. But outside thirds only play street corner to the wide side of the field. If you run it to the short side of the field, the outside thirds won't play it. It's all based upon which hash mark you're on. So let's see. I'll just kind of show you what I'm talking about real quick here. So like if you run, say, bunch or tight, whatever, to the short side of the, or to the wide side of the field like this, like you'll notice that the corner route doesn't get open. See how he plays it, right? But if you do the same exact thing but to the short side, you'll see that the outside third will bail and you'll be able to throw the corner. See? It's kind of the way the game's programmed this year. But should I gotta hop off? I will be on later on tonight once we get the baby to bed. So just kind of wanted to chat. Baseline, it doesn't matter. It's short side, wide side. It's just, like I said, it's the way the game's programmed. I'll be on later on tonight. We will probably go over the same stuff. Kind of just play with this 6 AP, kind of get used to it. Might change some stuff up defensively, but I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna rock this man. 4-3 even 6-1, and then of course the wing stack for now until I get bored of that on offense. So that being said, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for tuning in.